So you saw, you've got a gorgeous TV, the picture is crisp, the colors are stunning, but the sound feels like it's coming out of a tin can. You're not alone. Most modern TVs sacrifice speaker quality for sleekness. That's where a soundbar comes in, giving your setup the cinematic audio it deserves without a million wires or a complicated install. In this video, we're breaking down the top 5 soundbars of 2025. Whether you're a movie buff, a sports fanatic, or just someone who wants to actually hear what people are saying in your shows, this list has something for you. Let's kick it off with the compact beast from Sony. The Sony HT-X8500 has been around for a few years, but even in 2025, it still earns a solid place in the conversation. Mainly because it pulls off something a lot of bars at this price point can't: virtual Dolby Atmos in a single unit. No satellite speakers, no separate subwoofer, and no extra cords snaking around your living room, just one clean bar with everything built in. Sony uses what they call vertical surround engine to simulate height channels. So when you're watching an action movie, explosions don't just hit you from the front, they seem to leap up and around you. Now, is it as immersive as a true 1.2 setup with speakers literally behind and above you? Of course not. But it does a surprisingly convincing job for something this compact. If you have limited space or just want simplicity, it's kind of a dream. The real surprise is the bass. Sony tucked 2 subwoofers directly into the bar and somehow it doesn't sound anemic. It has punch. You won't rattle the windows, but you will feel the low-end rumble during a big scene, and for casual music listening, it holds up well, especially for pop or hip-hop. Now, dialogue clarity is a mixed bag. Some users report that voices can get a little lost in the mix, especially during chaotic movie scenes. Sony includes a voice enhancement mode, but it's not always night and day. So if you mainly watch dialogue-heavy content, say dramas or talk shows, this might not be your perfect match. But if you're chasing that compact Atmos experience without cluttering your space, the HT-X8500 is still one of the best all-in-one soundbars in 2025. Alright, now let's talk about the Klipsch Cinema 400, and yes, right out the gate, it's already made a statement. This one comes with a dedicated wireless subwoofer. That means you're getting that chest-thumping bass without losing any floor space or scrambling for wires. For anyone who's ever turned down a scene because of an overly dramatic boom, welcome to something that delivers power and control. One of the most striking things about this setup is the sound signature. Klipsch tuned the speakers to be warm and rich, one of the few bars that actually invites you to crank the volume without sounding harsh. Picture a classic rock concert in your living room with full-bodied guitar riffs and deep rhythms filling the space. Movies? Even better. Explosions feel weighty yet natural. Dialogue remains clear, anchored in the center. Though fair warning, it doesn't have a distinct center channel like some other bars, so that crisp, direct projection may be a touch softer. Controls are simple. Bass up, bass down, few presets, nothing to decipher. Most users find this makes it easy to dial in a custom feel for whatever you're watching. Want to focus on the low frequencies for that morning action movie? Go for it. Want to mellow things out for a documentary? There's room to adjust. Now, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't mention reports of troubleshooting. A handful of users have experienced quirks, things like intermittent buzzing or the sub disconnecting and reconnecting at random. It's not universal, but it's something to flag if your setup needs to be absolutely reliable. Still, Klipsch has decent customer support, and many early adopters report Hub's laws are resolved with firmware updates. So who's this for? If you're someone who cares about immersive sound, definitely an emphasis on bass, and you don't mind the occasional bit of tinkering, the Cinema 400 could be your sweet spot. It's especially compelling for music lovers who don't want to rely on artificial bass boosting or gamers who appreciate low-end feedback paired with rich midtones. Moving on, meet the Yamaha YAS-209BL, a soundbar that aims to be everything to everyone, versatile, user-friendly, and smart. It ships with a wireless subwoofer, delivers solid dialogue, and comes packing a bit of voice assistant magic. Alexa is built right in. Want to skip a scene without getting up? Just ask. Sound-wise, Yamaha opted for balance over bravado. Unlike Klipsch's warm punch or Sony's virtual Atmos theatrics, the YAS-209BL leans into clarity. It brings out mid-ranges so you actually hear what people are saying, something critics and owners have praised it for. That also makes it a great pick if you're watching day-to-day TV, news, talk shows, or family movies where dialogue matters more than booms or bass. It does virtual surround processing called DTS Virtual X, which adds a noticeable sense of width. Again, not true surround audio, but for a compact setup without rear speakers, it does its job well. Whether you're hovering between couch and kitchen, the audio still feels enveloping enough that you don't feel tethered to one seat. The wireless subwoofer puts out low frequencies that are punchy, though not earth-shaking. Yamaha opted for accuracy over volume, so bass-heavy tracks don't rattle your teeth, but still offer satisfying oomph. Want more rumble? You can tweak the bass via a sleek remote or app. Good if you like to adjust for gaming nights or slow Sunday acoustic sessions. Features are where the YAS-209BL shines. HDMI input with 4K pass-through ensures you'll stay modern, and built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth expand your streaming options. Alexa control is handy, no need to reach for your remote or phone, and Yamaha's app keeps firmware updates and custom presets easy to manage. A few users report occasional glitches with the app, but Yamaha's customer support is known for stepping in when needed. In short, the Yamaha YAS-209BL is the Swiss Army knife of soundbars, balanced, context-aware, and smart. It won't overshadow the Sony for Atmos or flex the bass like Klipsch, but it'll reliably deliver a well-rounded performance in nearly every home. Next on our list is the Vizio V-series, a soundbar system that punches way above its price, especially if you're after authentic surround sound without emptying your wallet. Yes, this one includes rear satellites and a subwoofer in some configurations, delivering a true 5.1 experience in a neat, affordable package. First off, let's be clear. This isn't virtual surround. You're actually getting discrete speakers behind you, which makes a noticeable difference in immersion. On game night, that rumble from the subwoofer coupled with sound coming from behind gives you a real feeling of being in the scene. Same goes for action flicks. Bullets zip by. We hear whispers behind us. It's far more engaging than a single bar setup ever could be. The bar sound is neutral and upfront, with clear vocals and crisp detail. It doesn't attempt to color the audio. Instead, it gives you a clean slate. Love analytics, heavy dialogue, or atmospheric movie scores. This one lets the content speak for itself. Bass? It's honest and controlled, enough to feel cinematic but easily kept from overpowering the dialogue. The receiver gives you a few EQ presets, but the music junkies out there might find it a bit light on tuning depth. What about the setup? Surprisingly painless. There's a sweet spot for running speaker cables, but Vizio includes enough length that you won't have to hunt down a spool. And once you get it in place, it stays put. No need for frequent rewiring. They've packed in HDMI with 4K pass-through, plus both optical and Bluetooth, so it's flexible no matter your TV or streaming method. Some users mention that the subwoofer can be boomy if left unchecked. You'll want to tweak its levels during setup to strike the right balance. There's also no voice assistant built in, so don't expect hands-free controls. But for those who just want a wallet-friendly way to enjoy genuine surround sound, the V-series is hard to beat. Put simply, the Vizio V-series is a no-frills powerhouse, discrete speakers, true surround, and a price tag that feels like daylight robbery. If your living room could use a theater upgrade without the high-end price, this could be your best bet. All right, last but not least, let's talk about the JBL Bar 300, a compact powerhouse that proves big things do come in small packages. If minimalism had a soundtrack, this would be it. From the get-go, the design impresses. It's slim, stylish, and unobtrusive, fits perfectly under a modern flat screen or mounted setup. Despite its size, JBL packed it with both HDMI and Bluetooth and even Wi-Fi support for streaming. It's like they wanted to ensure you could plug in anything without thinking twice. Sound-wise, the Bar 300 leans crisp and punchy. Dialogue jumps out cleanly, which is a huge plus for TV shows and news. And when the bass kicks in, thanks to its built-in subwoofer, it actually hits. No separate sub required, which keeps things tidy. You won't get rumbling bass that shakes the floor, but it's satisfying enough for everyday volume levels and smaller spaces. Because the speakers are so neatly tucked in, the soundstage feels refined. Fair warning, large living rooms or open plan spaces may leave it sounding a bit flat if you start cranking the volume. But inside a cozy apartment, bedroom, or den, it delivers cinematic audio with zero fuss. It's not perfect. No. Dialogue clarity, while sharp, isn't quite as forward as Yamaha's offering. And there's no virtual surround tech, so it's all stereo out of the box. But for its aim, compact, stylish, and user-friendly, it nails the target. To sum it up, the JBL Bar 300 is the straight-A student of compact soundbars. Stylish design, punchy sound, zero complications. If clean aesthetics and simplicity matter more than booming bass or fancy surround simulation, this one's a fantastic pick. And there you have it, 5 of the best soundbars in 2025, each with its own strengths, quirks, and perfect use cases. Whether you're building a home theater, upgrading your apartment setup, or just trying to hear dialogue without subtitles, one of these should fit the bill. If this helped you narrow down your decision, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you want more honest, no-nonsense tech breakdowns like this, subscribe to the channel and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.